and then we drove down to see my family, and we had like sort of second Christmas midday, and then we had Christmas dinner last night. I picked up a new game for Tarn called Chicken or Cheetah, and we convinced a bunch of the aunts and uncles or aunts and cousins to play with us. And it's basically like a really family-friendly version of Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity, where a question is asked and then you supply the card with the animal on it that you think is the best answer. And so the fun part I like about it is you can argue why your answer is right. It's not just like the judge picks a card. You'd be like, I picked a skunk because of their incredible sexual nature. That's why they're the answer to this question.
And that's Tom's first example on this very family-friendly game.
Yes,
absolutely.
Of Apples to Apples.
The skunk is a very cartoony.
All right, Pepe Le Pew.
Skunk, and I'm like, boom, there it is.
This. You are yanking on rope to hang yourself with.
Absolutely. I'm the dog.
No, Tom, you don't need this. Give me the rope. I have more things to say. Please don't.
No, there's no. Okay. Welcome everybody that's here. I'm glad we had a chance to get some folks together to roll some dice tonight. Last week when we met, you guys did an excellent job at convincing the nobles of King Steppengard's court that Sequin was right, and that the Regessians probably should not be trusted. They absolutely should not be allowed to sort of march through unopposed through all of Gasson. The repercussions of that would be horrific. And lastly, that Sequin is an ally as opposed to some like sort of outlier that should be viewed with suspicion. However, King Steppengard himself wanted to have none of that, and basically threw you out of the royal court, calling you guys traitors, and that anybody who spoke of or called for open war had no idea what they were talking about. These marks and everything you guys garnered were both because of his statements and other things that you had learned were being fueled by the sort of rage and grief that he was feeling at losing his entire family as the recent assassination attempt had gone down some 3 days prior or something along those lines. As you had sort of collected yourselves and headed out, you were approached by the proxies for Timor and Dashkoban. They had given you some more information as far as saying that they were their lord and or lady was very much in support of what your missions were, and that there is the potential for aid, but they may want to consider going north to speak Gallo to sort of like not only like rally the cause if he hasn't already risen to it, but also to potentially find an ally that is also being scapegoated, if for no other way of putting it. You guys had, I think, were heading back to the hotel to maybe get some food and chat with Balin about like what next steps could be. Is there anything I'm forgetting, or is there anything else that you wanted to add to that before that sort of happens?
Add to the next steps? Or are we still going to be having that conversation?
So Balin had suggested that you all go back and have dinner, and either over dinner talk about like what your next steps could be, or like wait until you get back to the room or whatever the case was. But he had suggested sort of like, okay, we're not wanted here. We've been effectively given 3 days before we're going to get run out of the city. Let's figure out what we need to do next.
Okay, so that conversation hasn't happened yet, and we are still going to be able to have that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, got it.
Yes, the hidden one.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that there was, if there was to be anything else that you wanted to do in any way, shape, or form, we addressed it before we kind of opened up in that scene.
Gotcha. I wanted to kill Steppengard. No, just kidding.
Right.
That was
I wanted to
I think
finish
that
the
was-
job that the